Hey everyone, my name is Maddie. Today I'm starting my new Animal Crossing island. I haven't decided on the theme yet, so I am open to suggestions. My goals for this island are pretty simple. I mostly just want to have villagers that I like. Some of my dreamies are Punchy, Molly, and Poppy. After spending way too long customizing my character, it was time to get started. Now, right off the bat, I don't love my starters, so they have to go. I don't like the pig villagers, and I'm not a huge fan of the bears. Agnes and Teddy are not the worst, but they're definitely not my favorites either. After speaking with Nook, it was time to choose a place for my tent. I went with the beach as it's out of the way and I can always move it later anyway. I then went to help Agnes and Teddy find a place for their tents as well. I chose to put them on the beach for the same reason I mentioned earlier. It's out of the way and it can be moved later anyway. Back in the plaza, Nook decided that we should have an island warming party. He gave everyone jobs, but of course I actually had to do all the work myself. I went and gathered branches, and I also stopped and got fruit as I knew we needed that too. It was then time to name our island, and I went with the name Seafoam. I then went back to my tent, placed my bed, and decided to get some rest. The next morning, I was rudely awoken by Nook. I was then set up with a Nook phone, and of course, my bill. As I had no money, however, he decided to let me pay with Nook Miles. Now it's time to actually play the game. I spent time picking up weeds and stopped to chat with everyone. I did the DIY workshop. Did some fishing. Caught some bugs. And then proceeded to gather some supplies. I donated all the needed bugs and fish to have Blathers move to the island, and I set up his tent. I planted and watered some flowers, and I collected Nook Miles in order to start working on paying off my loan. More tools were built, as well as some furniture items. And I took my very first picture in order to finish off all the Nook Miles needed to pay off the very first loan. I spoke to Timmy where he suggested we collaborate to open up a shop, and I gathered some supplies for him. I used Nook Miles and purchased the tool ring. I continued gathering supplies for the shop. And I made my first donation. I found some fossils and I went and gave those to Blathers. I then used my free Nook Miles ticket and went to an island to gather supplies. I met Celia and I invited her to stay on Seafoam as I thought she was cute. I donated the last of the materials to Timmy, and then I went and found a spot for the shop to go. I purchased more pocket room with my Nook Miles. And then I went to see Blathers and I donated the last thing we needed in order to open up the museum. I spoke to Tom and we discussed setting up 3 plots for new villagers. We celebrated the shop opening. And then I met Mabel for the first time. We celebrated the museum opening, and then I got to work building the bridge construction kit and finding a spot to put it. I put down the first home plot. And then I got busy building the things to go with the home. I then repeated this for the second home plot. As I was running by, I noticed that the first one had sold, and that Drago was moving in. I met Red. I met Drago. And then I noticed that the second home plot had sold to Tutu. I placed everything needed for the third home plot. And then I bought a new outfit from Mabel. And that was my first week on my new island. Thanks for watching.